Only the true chosen ones should stay and watch this message. If you are not walking the divine path, if your spirit is not aligned with the Most High, this message is not meant for you. But if you are a true follower of God, if you know deep within your soul that you have been set apart since birth, then listen closely, because this message has reached you at the perfect moment. You did not stumble here by accident. You were guided, chosen one. What I am about to reveal will shift your understanding of who you truly are. It will confirm what your spirit has been whispering to you for years. And once you hear this, you will not be able to see yourself the same way again. This message carries weight. It carries revelation, and it carries the undeniable signs that prove you are not just chosen. You are one of the most powerful chosen ones walking this earth. Before we continue, I want you to engage your spirit and declare your alignment. Type 444 in the comments right now. 444 is angelic confirmation that this message was delivered to the right spirit at the right hour. If something in you recognized itself when those first words landed, that recognition is not coincidence. It is the spiritual realm confirming your address. Let 444 be your signal that you received the delivery. Make sure you subscribe to Spirit Guide, tap the bell icon, and share this video with another chosen soul who needs this revelation. Stay until the very end, because the signs I am about to reveal are not only powerful, they will confirm your divine identity and unlock the next chapter of your spiritual calling. The moment of realization, when heaven confirms your power. Chosen one, there comes a moment in your journey where the truth can no longer be ignored. A moment when the veil finally lifts and you begin to understand that everything, every battle, every delay, every spiritual attack, every moment of isolation was shaping you for the identity you are finally stepping into. That moment is not random. It is orchestrated. It is divine. And when it arrives, it hits your spirit with such undeniable clarity that you can no longer pretend to be who you used to be. This realization is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is quiet. But it shakes your entire being. You wake up one day and your intuition becomes sharper. Your awareness elevates. People you once tolerated begin to feel out of place in your life. Environments that used to drain you become unbearable. And suddenly, the Most High begins whispering to you in ways you can no longer ignore. This is the moment heaven confirms your power, chosen one. When you reach this point, your spirit begins to stand taller. Even if your body has not moved, you feel a pressure in your soul. Not a burden, but an awakening. Something inside you says, it is time, not tomorrow, not next year. Now, you may not see the full picture yet, but deep within your spirit, you know that everything is shifting. This feeling is the first sign that you are stepping into the identity of a powerful chosen one. You begin noticing that your discernment becomes stronger. You see people's intentions before they speak. You feel energies before they step near you. You sense when something is spiritually wrong, even when others do not see it. This is not paranoia. This is spiritual maturity. This is divine elevation. The Most High sharpens the perception of His powerful chosen ones, so they can navigate the path ahead without falling into traps designed to stop their destiny. Another unmistakable sign is that your isolation starts making sense. For years, you may have wondered why you did not fit in, why you were rejected, why relationships crumbled, and why your path never looked like everyone else's. But when the realization comes, you begin to understand that your isolation was incubation. God was not punishing you. He was preserving you. He was keeping you away from people who could not handle your light, your purpose, or your power. The chosen ones who carry the highest spiritual weight often walk the loneliest paths before they rise. And then something else happens. You begin to feel guided, not in a vague way, but with divine precision. Ideas come to you out of nowhere. You feel pulled to certain places, certain messages, certain actions, a random piece of content, a dream, a synchronicity, a number, a sign. You'll realize God is communicating with you constantly, and it becomes impossible to deny that this realization comes with a sense of readiness. Even if you do not know the how, your spirit knows the why. You find yourself speaking with more authority. You find yourself standing firm in situations that once broke you. You no longer feel lost. You feel chosen. And that awareness is what separates the powerful chosen ones from the rest. You may notice that your energy begins to shift dramatically. People who once overlooked you suddenly feel intimidated. Those who underestimated you become uneasy around you, not because you changed on the outside, but because your spirit has expanded on the inside. When God activates a chosen one's divine identity, your presence alone begins to reveal who you are becoming, even before your mind catches up. Chosen one of the strongest confirmations that you have reached this moment is emotional detachment. The spiritual attacks that once destroyed you now barely move you. You look at situations you used to cry over and realize how much you have grown. That calmness you feel is not numbness. It is spiritual authority. It is a sign you are rising. Another powerful sign is the sudden clarity about your purpose. You may not know the entire blueprint, but you finally understand your assignment. You know you are here to change atmospheres, to break generational curses, to awaken others, to expose darkness, to elevate consciousness, or to deliver divine messages. This clarity is not random, it is activation. And chosen one, let me tell you this. When heaven confirms your identity, hell confirms it too. Suddenly, spiritual warfare intensifies. People start acting strangely around you. Hidden enemies reveal themselves. You feel resistance in areas that were quiet before. This is not a sign that you are weak. It is a sign that you are rising so fast that darkness is trying to interrupt the process. But even in the middle of the pressure, you feel protected. You feel watched over. You sense the presence of God more strongly. You are not alone. And this is one of the greatest confirmations. You feel held by divine hands even when the world tries to pull you down. Finally, you start noticing synchronicities, repeating numbers, aligned moments, prophetic dreams, encounters that feel spiritually orchestrated. The universe, the angels, the Most High. They begin speaking to you in ways you cannot deny. These signs are not coincidences. They are affirmations that you are stepping into a higher spiritual rank. Chosen one, God has activated your purpose and the spiritual realm recognizes your rising power. Type 333 in the comments. If your spirit just confirmed what I spoke. 333 is divine Trinity alignment, the number of all three realms recognizing your rank simultaneously. Heaven above, the spiritual realm within, and the physical world around you, all three are witnessing the same thing right now. Let 333 be your seal on this section. The weight of divine responsibility on a powerful chosen one. Chosen one, when the Most High elevates you to a higher spiritual rank, the first thing you begin to feel is the undeniable weight of divine responsibility resting on your shoulders. This is not the kind of heaviness that drains you. It is a sacred pressure that reminds your soul of who you are and what you were sent here to accomplish. You feel it even when you try to ignore it. You sense it in the quiet moments, in your dreams, in your thoughts, and in the way your spirit reacts to the world around you. You may not have asked for this calling, but you cannot escape it because it was woven into your soul long before you entered this world. This responsibility is the mark of a powerful chosen one, and it becomes more apparent as you grow spiritually. You begin to realize that your life is not like everyone else's. You cannot live recklessly. You cannot make careless decisions. You cannot ignore your intuition. You cannot walk in the same direction as the world, because the Most High is guiding you in a completely different way. There are moments where you feel a deep inner pull, a sense that you are meant to protect others, to lead, to enlighten, to heal, or to carry a message that must reach those who are spiritually blind. Even when you try to remain silent, your spirit refuses to settle. You feel responsible for truth, for clarity, for righteousness. It is as if your soul was built to carry something that ordinary people cannot carry. This sense of responsibility becomes even stronger when you begin to notice how your presence impacts others. People come to you for wisdom. They trust you without knowing why. They share their secrets with you. They lean on you for emotional and spiritual strength. You may not realize it at first, but this is a sign of spiritual rank. People are drawn to the chosen ones who carry divine responsibility because their spirit recognizes safety, truth, and light. But with that recognition comes pressure. You feel the weight of people's expectations. You feel the spiritual pull to stay disciplined, stay aware, and stay aligned, because you know others depend on your strength, even when they do not say it out loud. The weight you just had named in this section, the sacred pressure, the responsibility that will not leave no matter how far you walk from it. That weight is being carried right now by chosen ones who have never heard anyone call it divine. They call it a burden. They call it anxiety. They call it being too much. No one has handed them the language. No one has confirmed the rank. No one has told them the weight was placed there on purpose. What just landed in you about divine responsibility was not given to you to hold alone. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, plant a seed into this mission. Not into a channel, into the word that finds the next chosen one before the weight convinces them they are the problem rather than the vessel. A coffee, a seed, or a seat as a co-owner of what gets built from here. Bring into your seed the specific burden you have been carrying that no one else around you seems to feel. The weight of truth in rooms full of comfortable illusions. The pull towards something you cannot name but cannot ignore. Place that inside what you release, and trust that the same Most High who placed the weight on your shoulders is the one now moving your seed into the right hands. The mantle is real. Your seed is confirmation that you know it. Type "I was built for this" in the comments right now, not as a claim over anyone else. As a private recognition made public, the weight you have been carrying, the pressure you have felt in seasons no one else understood. Let it be on record that you received this confirmation and you did not turn away from it. Chosen one. Divine responsibility shows up in your life through the battles you face as well. You cannot be powerful without being tested. You cannot rise without being purified. Every powerful chosen one goes through seasons of intense spiritual warfare because the Most High is molding them into someone who can handle the authority they are destined to carry. You may have wondered why your tests felt heavier than those around you. It is because you are being prepared for something greater. The more responsibility God places on you, the more He must strengthen your spirit. The challenges you endured were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to refine you, sharpen you, and prepare you to lead with conviction. Another sign of divine responsibility is the way you outgrow your old self. You begin shedding habits, beliefs, and mindsets that no longer match your purpose. Things you once tolerated now feel spiritually wrong. People you once entertained now feel out of alignment. Environments that used to comfort you begin to suffocate your spirit. This is not you being difficult. This is responsibility reshaping you. A powerful chosen one must walk with clarity, purity, and spiritual precision. You cannot carry divine power and live carelessly at the same time. Chosen one, responsibility reveals itself in the way you respond to conflict and injustice as well. You cannot turn a blind eye when something is wrong. You cannot ignore dishonesty, cruelty, manipulation, or darkness. Your spirit reacts strongly because you were created to confront and expose what others are afraid to acknowledge. Even without trying, you bring truth into the open. You make people uncomfortable, not because you are aggressive, but because your presence forces hidden things to rise to the surface. This is what powerful chosen ones do. They shift energy, they reveal intentions, they bring spiritual clarity. Perhaps the most profound expression of divine responsibility is the burden of love. Not the emotional kind, but the spiritual kind. You feel responsibility for the lost. You feel responsibility for the broken. You feel responsibility for those who walk in darkness. You feel called to uplift, to warn, to guide, to protect. Even your silence holds meaning. Even your presence brings healing. This is not normal. This is not ordinary. This is the energy of someone who carries heavenly authority. Chosen one, you are here to lead, awaken, and elevate. Signs you are no longer hidden, spiritual visibility and recognition. Chosen one, there comes a point in your journey where the season of hiding comes to an end, whether you feel ready or not. For a long time, God kept you concealed. He protected you in silence, kept you out of reach from those who would have destroyed you prematurely, and shielded you from environments that could have contaminated your purpose. But when the Most High decides it is time for your power to be seen, the shift is undeniable. You begin to notice that people are looking at you differently, not because of anything you have done physically, but because your spirit has expanded. Your light becomes visible, your energy becomes stronger, and the world around you begins responding in ways you cannot explain. This is the moment you realize you are no longer hidden. Heaven has elevated your spiritual rank, and now both realms, light and darkness, recognize you. You might notice first that people start watching you more closely. Strangers observe you with curiosity. Some smile at you without knowing why. Others stare with confusion or intimidation, unsure of what they are sensing, but feeling it deeply. This is because your spiritual frequency is no longer quiet. Your aura announces your presence long before you speak. People can feel something ancient and powerful surrounding you, even if they cannot describe it. Your spirit disrupts negativity, exposes dishonesty, and activates truth in the hearts of those who are spiritually aware. Another sign you are no longer hidden is the sudden change in how people respond to your presence. Some become unusually respectful, treating you with honor and reverence without knowing why. At the same time, others become strangely uncomfortable. People who carry envy, insecurity, or spiritual darkness react strongly to your rising light. They may avoid looking at you, become defensive, or act irritated without reason. When your spirit becomes more visible, it exposes the hidden intentions of those around you. Your presence becomes a mirror, revealing who people truly are. This visibility also shows up in the way people speak to you. You may notice individuals seeking your guidance, wisdom, or comfort more frequently than before. People open up to you easily, share their personal struggles, and trust your insight. Your words carry weight even when you speak casually. This happens because your spirit communicates before your mouth does. It is not that you try to be a leader. Your spirit was born to lead. Another powerful sign you are no longer hidden is the increased spiritual activity around you. You start noticing synchronicities intensifying, divine numbers, repeated symbols, prophetic dreams, or messages that align perfectly with your path. When God elevates a chosen one, the communication between heaven and your soul increases dramatically. Chosen one, you will also notice that hidden enemies reveal themselves as you become more visible. People who once pretended to support you suddenly show irritation or jealousy. Your rising power disturbs those who benefited from your silence and invisibility. When your light increases, their shadows can no longer hide. This is a necessary part of spiritual elevation. The Most High removes people who would sabotage your destiny as you step into your divine rank. Your visibility also becomes evident through opportunities that start appearing unexpectedly. Doors that were once locked begin to open. People who overlooked you now recognize your gifts. Messages, connections, or resources come into your life with divine timing. You are no longer hidden from the pathways aligned with your purpose. Type 999 in the comments right now. 999 is the number of completion of the hidden season. The concealment has fulfilled its purpose. The protection of the preparation season is closing, and the revealing is beginning. If you feel that shift in your spirit right now, let 999 be the mark of it. The season of hiding is over. Divine power, intuition, and prophetic sensitivity increasing. Chosen one. When you begin stepping into the realm of the most powerful chosen ones, one of the first and most undeniable signs is the dramatic increase in your intuition, your spiritual sensitivity, and your prophetic awareness. This transformation does not happen slowly. It rises within you like a flood, almost overwhelming at times, because your spirit is expanding beyond its old capacity. You begin to sense things before they happen. You feel energies before people speak. You know the truth without needing evidence. This is not imagination, coincidence, or wishful thinking. This is spiritual intelligence being activated within you. God sharpens the intuitive vision of His most powerful chosen ones because their calling requires clarity, precision, and heightened awareness. You begin to notice that your inner voice is no longer soft or uncertain. It becomes loud, authoritative, and direct. Your intuition shifts from a whisper to a command. It guides you with confidence and accuracy, warning you when danger approaches, nudging you toward the right path, and revealing truths you were never taught. You may even feel as if you are picking up emotions, intentions, or spiritual vibrations from others without trying. This sensitivity is not accidental. It is training. It is God opening your spiritual eyes. As your intuition increases, your dreams begin to change as well. What used to be random or forgettable becomes vivid, symbolic, and meaningful. You may wake up from dreams that feel more real than the physical world around you. Some dreams reveal warnings, some reveal direction, some reveal truths about people around you, and some reveal your destiny. Chosen one. You can recognize deception without being told. You can feel when someone speaks with hidden intentions. Your spirit reacts not because you judge them, but because you feel the truth behind their energy. Discernment is the sword of a powerful chosen one. As your sensitivity strengthens, you also begin to feel the emotional and spiritual energy of others more intensely. You might walk into a room and immediately sense tension, sadness, jealousy, or peace without anyone speaking. This is because your spirit is becoming more attuned to the unseen currents of the spiritual world. You are no longer operating from your human senses alone. You are operating from your spiritual senses. Another powerful sign is the way synchronicities intensify around you. You begin seeing repeated numbers more frequently, experiencing divine timing, crossing paths with people who deliver messages you needed, or receiving confirmations right after asking for guidance. These synchronicities are not random. They are signs that your frequency is rising and your alignment with the divine plan is strengthening. Chosen one, your prophetic sensitivity also shows up in the way your spirit reacts to future events. Sometimes you sense something is coming before there is any physical indication. This is spiritual foresight. You are picking up on energies that have not entered the physical world yet. The Most High reveals things to His powerful chosen ones ahead of time, so they can prepare, protect themselves, or position themselves properly for what is coming. Finally, chosen one, this increase in intuitive and prophetic power is not accidental. It is preparation for your calling. God does not give this level of sensitivity to those who are unprepared. He gives it to those who are ready to walk in authority, speak truth, deliver messages, awaken others, and lead with spiritual clarity. Gently press the like button right now, not as engagement with a video, as a signal to the spiritual realm that you received this revelation. Your engagement carries frequency. It sends this message further into the feed, further into the night, further into the moment. Another chosen one opens their screen and needs to hear exactly what you just heard. Your like is a spiritual act, not a social one. Type "My discernment is sharp" in the comments, not as a boast, as an activation. The prophetic sensitivity, the intuition that has been moving from whisper to command, the discernment that catches what others miss, name it publicly. Let it be entered into the record that your spiritual sight is open and operating. Type it now and let that declaration do what declarations do in the spirit realm. There is a chosen one whose intuition has been speaking loudly and whose spirit has been receiving commands they do not yet have the courage to obey. They are waiting for one more confirmation that what they are sensing is real and not something they invented. This message is the confirmation, but it can only reach them if the mission behind it has the resources to travel. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, plant a seed into this mission, into the word that finds the chosen one whose discernment just activated and who needs someone to confirm what their inner voice has been saying. A coffee, a seed, or a seat as a co-owner of what gets built from here. Bring into your seed the specific thing your discernment has been warning you about that you have not yet acted on. The whisper that became a command that you are still negotiating with. Place that inside what you release, and trust that the same Most High who sharpened your intuition is the one now moving through your seed. The vessel that acts is the vessel that receives. Your discernment said move. This is your move. Supernatural protection and divine favor surrounding you. Chosen one of the strongest and most undeniable signs that you are among the most powerful chosen ones is the supernatural protection that surrounds your life, even in moments when you are not fully aware of it. This protection is not subtle, though sometimes it appears quiet. It is consistent, precise, and divinely orchestrated. You have survived situations that should have broken you. You have escaped environments that were designed to consume you. You have been delivered from people who intended to harm you spiritually, emotionally, or physically. You have walked through valleys where others collapsed, yet you rose with strength that did not make sense in the natural world. This is the signature of divine protection. This is the mark of someone God refuses to let fall. There were moments in your life where you did not understand why certain connections ended, why certain doors closed, why certain plans failed, or why you were pulled away from certain people. But what you did not see at the time was the spiritual danger behind those situations. God removed you, blocked you, redirected you, or delayed you because your mission is too important to be touched by the wrong energy or derailed by the wrong influence. The Most High protects powerful chosen ones in ways that defy logic. You may notice that despite the challenges, you always end up safe. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is divine intervention. Your steps are guarded. Your spirit is shielded. Even when enemies rise against you, they fail. Even when people scheme, their plans crumble. Chosen one, another sign of supernatural protection, is the way truth always comes to light around you. Deception cannot survive in your presence for long. People who lie to you are eventually exposed. Those who plot against you reveal themselves accidentally. Hidden intentions surface. Secret conversations leak. The Most High allows truth to rise around you because your journey requires clarity, not confusion. He refuses to let you walk blindly into relationships, opportunities, or environments that would drain your spiritual power. Supernatural protection also shows up in the way you are lifted out of situations that are not aligned with your destiny. Have you ever noticed how quickly you lose interest in something the moment it becomes spiritually unsafe? Or how your spirit grows uncomfortable when you are in the wrong environment? That is divine protection speaking to you. The Most High disrupts your comfort so He can redirect your path. Another strong sign of divine protection is the way you bounce back from situations that would destroy others. People might wonder how you are still standing after everything you have endured. They do not realize that the hand of God has been covering you since birth. The trauma that broke others became your strength. The betrayal that crushed others became your awakening. The setbacks that defeated others became your training. Your ability to rise repeatedly is not normal. It is supernatural. This resilience is the evidence of God's hand on your life, preserving you for a mission larger than anything you have faced. Chosen one, your divine protection is also evident in the unusual favor you experience. Doors open for you unexpectedly. Opportunities appear at the perfect moment. People show up to help you out of nowhere. You receive blessings you did not chase, support you did not request, and breakthroughs you did not plan for. This is not because you are lucky. It is because you are marked by heaven. Favor follows the chosen ones who carry powerful destinies. Your survival is not accidental. It is divine. What you survived was not wasted on you. It was deposited into you. And what is deposited into a vessel that survived does not stay in that vessel. It travels, it reaches, it becomes the word that finds the next chosen one still inside the situation you came out of, still wondering if they are going to make it, still carrying wounds that have not yet been named as training. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, plant a seed into this mission, into the word that reaches them before they stop, believing the protection is real. A coffee, a seed, or a seat as a co-owner of this mission, not a general release. Bring the specific thing you survived that you were never supposed to survive according to the natural world. The situation that should have broken you and did not. The moment when the hand of God was so visible that you could not explain it to anyone who was not there. Place that inside what you release, and trust that what carried you through that moment is the same thing now carrying your seed into the right hands. What was given to protect you is now moving through you to protect the next one. That is how divine protection multiplies. Type "I am shielded" in the comments right now. Not as a wish, as a declaration of what the Most High just confirmed over your life in this section. The angels surrounding you, the truth that always surfaces, the survival that defied natural explanation. It is all evidence of one thing: you are shielded. Let it be spoken publicly. Type it out and let the declaration land in both realms simultaneously. Your presence shifts atmospheres, a sign of high spiritual power. Chosen one, one of the most powerful chosen ones, is the way you're very. It is not something you try to do. It is simply who you are. When you enter a space, the energy changes instantly, because your spirit carries a divine frequency that cannot be ignored. People feel something when you walk into the room. Some feel peace, some feel conviction, some feel exposed, and some feel uplifted. But no one feels nothing. Your presence has weight because your spirit carries authority. This is one of the clearest signs that heaven has placed a mantle on your life. You do not blend in. You cannot blend in. Even when you try to shrink, hide, or be silent, your spirit still speaks. Your energy still radiates. Your light still pierces through the atmosphere. Chosen one, this atmospheric shift becomes most noticeable when you realize how people respond to you without understanding why. Some people become unusually respectful, almost reverent, as if they sense the holiness surrounding you. Others become nervous, awkward, or silent because your presence reveals what they try to hide. Those with pure hearts feel calm and safe around you, while those with hidden darkness feel threatened or exposed. You may notice people suddenly adjusting themselves when you walk near them, lowering their voice, stopping certain conversations, or changing their behavior. This is because your spirit brings alignment. Your presence calls things into order. Your energy disrupts anything that is not aligned with truth. This ability to shift atmospheres also shows up in how deeply people remember you. Even if you barely speak to them, they feel something significant about you. They recall your energy, your silence, your eyes, or the way they felt in your presence. You do not have to impress them or earn their attention. Your spirit leaves an imprint. Chosen one, you also shift atmospheres by the way your presence exposes spiritual warfare. In places where deceit, envy, or manipulation exist, your presence disrupts everything. Darkness becomes restless around you. People who operate with harmful intentions suddenly become uncomfortable, irritated, or defensive. They may act strangely because your spirit exposes what they hoped would remain hidden. This exposure is not something you do intentionally. It is simply the nature of your light. Another undeniable sign is the peace you bring into chaotic environments. When you enter a space filled with tension or emotional heaviness, the atmosphere shifts. People begin to calm down. Arguments lose energy. Anxiety weakens, confusion dissolves. Your spirit carries divine order, and wherever you stand, that order begins to influence the room. People may even come to you unknowingly, standing closer because they feel anchored by your presence. You also shift atmospheres through your words. Even when you speak softly or briefly, when you talk, people listen. Not because of volume or force, but because your words carry spiritual weight. You speak with authority that comes from your soul, not your ego. People may say, "I feel something when you speak," or "Your words gave me clarity," or "I do not know why, but I needed to hear that." This is not you trying to be wise. This is divine influence coming through you. Another powerful sign is how animals, children, or spiritually sensitive individuals react positively to you. They sense purity in your energy. They feel the softness beneath your strength. They are drawn to your aura because their spirits recognize your spiritual identity. Finally, chosen one, the clearest sign that your presence shifts atmospheres is how you affect yourself. You notice your own growth, your own strength, your own clarity, rising as you enter certain spaces. You feel God working through you. You sense your spirit expanding. You feel the power inside you becoming more accessible. This is not ego. You are starting to see what heaven has always seen in you. You were created to transform, influence, elevate, awaken, and expose. You shift atmospheres because you carry divine authority. You are powerful, chosen, and spiritually appointed. Type Amen in the comments if your spirit received everything spoken in this message, or type I shift atmospheres if you felt your own presence described in these words and you are ready to stop apologizing for the weight you carry. Let either declaration be the seal on this message. Both are accepted. Both are real. Heaven recorded which one your spirit chose. Conclusion. Chosen one. Now that you have received these revelations, let your spirit recognize what your mind may still be catching up to. You are not ordinary, you are not overlooked, and you are certainly not powerless. You are walking with a divine mantle that has been shaping you quietly for years. And now you are stepping into the season where everything God placed inside you begins to rise to the surface. The signs you heard in this message did not reach you by accident. They came to you at the exact moment your soul was ready to receive them. This is confirmation that your journey, your trials, your elevation, and your awakening are all aligning perfectly under God's timing. You are stepping into a higher dimension of spiritual identity, and the Most High is calling you to walk with confidence, authority, and unwavering obedience. Do not shrink. Do not doubt. Do not question the power that has been placed on your life. You were chosen better than your past, stronger than your fears. The world will feel your presence. Heaven will guide your steps, and no force of darkness will ever win against you because you carry divine protection, divine purpose, and divine favor. Subscribe to Spirit Guide, tap the bell icon, and stay close. The next revelation is already being prepared for the next layer of your calling. Let it find you without you having to search for it. And if this message spoke to your soul, share it with another chosen one who needs this confirmation today. Not with explanation, not with commentary. Just place it in their hands. Your one act of obedience could be the moment their spirit finally receives the confirmation it has been waiting for. Your rise is just beginning. Chosen one, walk boldly into the calling that was written for you.